Okay. Alright, let's not be messy. Are y'all being messy?
No, he said lick my plum in the evening. What is that?
I don't know what that is, but I'm not licking it. I can assure you that.
So you wouldn't lick nobody's plum?
No. You don't lick no plums.
Plums
you don't lick plum? Plums is actually good. Plums are sweet.
Oh, I was about to fail. What's going on, everybody? I am Wesley from Aconnectiontv, and you are watching our Sizzle Miami Magic City 2013 coverage entitled B-Fame Edition, the wrap-up, okay? I am on this panel with a large group of individuals, and we're going to start from my left ending to my right. They're going to introduce themselves, and we'll go from there. So, sir.
Hey guys, it's been a minute, but I'm back, and how y'all doing? Devin, you should know me by now, but okay. Devin, hi.
Hey guys, most of you guys know me from the B-Fame editions from Sizzle previous years. This is Simba, and yeah, I'm a shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet from the audition. Yeah, that's about it. I'm he.
All right.
Miss Bonet.
Sir.
What's up, everybody? I am London Reigns.
Yes.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It is I. Y'all know who I am. Alright?
And what's up? I'm Reggie J, a regular Brooklynite.
Okay. So Brooklyn.
Okay.
Okay. So, Sizzle Miami 2013. Did everyone have a good time?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So Reggie, why didn't you have a good time? This is your first time coming to Sizzle. Yeah. What made you want to come to Sizzle?
After seeing a lot of different videos and people kind of saying, okay, you should come here for a good experience, a good gay black experience. It lacked. It was overpriced. I didn't get what I paid for. I could have stayed on Canal Street. I could have stayed in Brooklyn or Manhattan and got the exact same thing, if not more, honestly. The only good thing about the trip is I was with Sebastian. He showed me around. If it wasn't for that, I would have left 2 days ago, honestly. The staff, I will say, were very, very nice. The staff, they tried, but you can only try so much. They tried. I'll leave it like that. They did try.
Okay. So, do you think that it was mainly the pricing that was the issue, or is it the events that are held at Sizzle that's the issue for you?
What events? That's the point.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay.
Honestly, if I'm paying $40 for a club, I want to be able to go and get my $40 worth. I'm very cheap. Cost efficient, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
But if I'm working hard, if I'm giving you $40, I want strong drinks. I want everyone to have a decent attitude. I don't mind the pushing and shoving. I can deal with that. I want good music, a good DJ. DJ Emmy, I think he was there. That's about it. Honestly, the music to me was whack.
What venue was this that you're talking about?
I went to Mecca and I left. I didn't like it. I went out the next night for like an hour. There was a fight. I didn't like it, and I stayed in. Only went out 2 nights.
And then, you know, it's funny that you mention that because the major nights for me to go out to the club is, well, last year was Thursday at the Hookah Lounge or the Hookah Club, whatever that was. but this year they switched it to Whiskey Joe's. I wasn't very fond of Whiskey Joe's, but don't know why we changed it. But I wasn't planning on going out Friday or Saturday because Saturday is always the worst club night for some particular reason, and then Friday Mecca, I can do without Mecca. So I can understand what you're saying. You didn't have fun at Space?
Well, I didn't make it all the way to Space.
You didn't go to Space.
I was on my way there, and I've been drinking a lot.
A lot.
And then I got halfway there, and I kind of got over it. So I saw a cab, and I got to go back to my hotel.
So I'm gonna ask you: are you gonna go to Bongos tonight?
Probably not. I'm not gonna lie. I probably won't.
Okay. He'll be there.
I'm gonna say for me, Bongos is a good time. Have you been to Bongos? Bongos is a good time. So Simba's gone to Bongos. Have you gone to Bongos before?
I went in 2011. It was cool.
You went last year. It's a pretty decent
Besides
time.
me watching Brandy's Japan concert.
Oh, it's all right.
So London Reigns, how was Sizzle for you?
Okay, last year was my first year coming to Sizzle. And I would have to say, this year was a little bit more exciting for me just because I was with a different amount of people and a different variety. Last year I only came with one person and we stayed on the beach, so I didn't really get the Sizzle experience or brand, if you will. This year I stayed downtown. I was able to commute back and forth to the host hotel. I can go do my own thing and then come back and meet new people in new environments. So for me, this year it was exciting. I'm very sociable. Anyone who knows me knows that I will make friends with you in 2 seconds.
Yes.
But I will also cut you off in 2 seconds.
Okay.
But I think this year I can see where you're coming from as far as the clubs and their music. But for me, if you want a strong drink, you just have to ask for it. You know what I mean? So there's things that can be changed to demand what you're wanting. And you just have to make the best out of it and go into it with an open mindset. And you're on vacation, you don't really want to expect too much because then you're going to get disappointed. So I think you really would have had a good time at Space because I think, in my opinion, that was the best night. It would have variety. There was variety.
It's funny that you say that because Space this year was actually the best year for me. I'm not a fan of Space because there's no space in space. So and I like to go to a club and move around and be able to party and move my elbows like this and I'll bump somebody and then they want to fight for some strange reason. Mecca is always packed, so that's why I particularly don't care for Mecca. But this year at Space, there was space in space. Which leads me to one of the issues I think of this year is that there aren't a lot of people here this year. And have you noticed that?
Well, I've noticed it since I probably maybe we was talking about it like 3 years ago. I come down for the menagerie of it all. Okay, it's a lot going on. I'm a very formidable person back home, so when I come out, I can really let my hair down, and so that's what kind of got me here. But the past 3 years, the amount of people have been declining. I remember back in the day when you walk in the lobby and it was wall-to-wall boys. You could walk in and it was just like, okay, bitch, I'm about to get on Jack, about to get on Grindr, about to get on all this. And he 2 feet away, he right next door to me. I'm good to go.
What is that? What is what?
Right. But I can see that there is. Are you being real?
Are you serious?
You know damn well.
But I can say that the numbers have been.
I'm sorry.
I can say that the numbers have been, in my opinion, have declined. I'm not sure if it's anything to do with the 21+ rule that was implemented about 2 or 3 years ago, but it has been a decline in numbers as far as just physically seeing bodies there.
I was thinking that because literally even Thursday night is not always crazy packed, but in past years you would still see a nice crowd. This Thursday it was like a ghost town, and then even Friday it was still like a ghost town. So I was like, wow, a lot of people did not come this year or not the often crowd that usually comes.
Now, what I can say that we discovered last year, and it may not just be a Sizzle thing. The clique that I came with last year, we went to South Beach to a place called the Back Porch Cafe. Really good food. But the waitress was telling us that she was like, it's a small crowd this year. Because she said she works on South Beach and there's normally a lot of people on South Beach. And we came to the conclusion, well, it may not just be a Sizzle thing, it just may be the entire economy.
Right.
To where people are not just in a position to spend that amount of money to come to an event. So I thought last year that, okay, well, Sizzle is on the decline or whatever the case may be. But after speaking to her and from her, you know, her testimony, if you will, it might just be just collectively as a nation or as a people that we just don't have the money to indulge on luxuries opposed to bills that have to be paid, children that have to be taken care of, and all that good stuff. So,
well, I know a lot of people personally that I personally know are in DC. You know, Brandy was there Saturday, and I think they have another headliner Sunday. And then other people that I know actually are in Puerto Rico for a whole separate event. So there now I'm starting to see that other, besides Sizzle as a main event, there's other events and entities are rising, and I feel like you have to be strategic and competitive from an event planning aspect. Maybe that's something that I mean, one person would want to think about as far as taking suggestions or trying to recreate or revamp something. I don't think it's personally a bad idea, to be honest. I mean, this has been going on for what, 11, 12 years?
This is 12.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the 12th year, okay, and you have all of these infernos that are coming up, and people, you know, you have these other, I mean, you know, Miami, you know, for this to be the first thing, Miami is already a pretty breezy, somewhat exotic nightlife anyway. So, you know, if you throw in a Puerto Rico or you throw in some other type of location and you get the same feel, people are going to try something new. And once they try that, 9 times out of 10, if they like it, they'll come back. But so when you have other people that are building a brand or having other events that are going on, it makes the market competitive, and you have to compete with that. So that's not just for this entity, you know, Sizzle Miami. That can even be, it could be something, it could even be for Inferno PR and then DR and the Labor Day, because you still got Atlanta. So everybody has their theme. But I know personally a lot of people have said that they're not coming, and they're for this year, because I was asking, I was like, hey, are you guys coming to Miami? I'm going to Miami. Like, no, I'm going to PR.
I think competition is healthy, though.
It's healthy,
and it's good that we have something to choose. We have options, but I feel that for these creators of these events, they need to figure out how to keep the audience. And there's one main deciding factor on that, and Reggie spoke about it. Is it has to be cost effective. I have to feel like what I'm spending my money on is definitely worth the while, because everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are, you know, finding out that you can't just go shove out $1,500 to stay for 4 or 5 days and a weekend, and then that $1,500 is just to get there. Then some people have to pay for flight, which is another extra, a couple hundred, depending on where you're coming from. Then you have to pay for food, then you have to pay for alcohol. It's a lot of expenses to come to Sizzle. So it's not like an inclusive package in dealing with Sizzle. I mean, you live here, Simba. How do you feel about this year versus years in the past?
I like Sizzle. I look at Sizzle more as an experience, not more as like the club and all that. I like to, every time I come to Sizzle, just go on with the flow. I don't really like try to plan it out. I just let, you know, my B fam do what they gotta do, and then my people do what they gotta do. And I enjoy the ride, because I feel like wherever I go, that's the party, and I make the party. So
I know that's right.
I agree.
I know that's right. So will you come next year?
Probably. I'm not staying in DC. I live in DC. So for me, it's not showing me anything I've never seen before. The only difference would be the people. There's going to be people here. I need a vacation. I need to be outside of DC. I don't want to see those same people every single day. And personally, I just do it, like someone said, for myself. I want to be in Miami. I don't want to be in DC.
city.
You know, it's interesting that you said that, because for me, my personal experience here, I came in 2011 and now back in 2013. When I first came, I did like 60% of the Sizzle events, and I did more so the other 40% of my time. I kind of just took in the city at once. It was my first time there. I wanted to see the architecture they had going on. I wanted to walk around, kind of just since I'm downtown, explore. Yeah. And in my head, this time coming, I said, I want to do 70% more of the exploring and touristy and stuff, and maybe 30% of the actual events. And that's what I've been doing this time. Not that Sizzle's a bad thing, but there's so much more to Miami.
Right.
It's such a beautiful city. So, I mean, for me, Sizzle, provides a place for people to come that can afford it. And you know, you're able to interact and mingle with different people. But for me personally, that's not something that I have to do every year. I can personally do that in different cities. And I feel like the more I come back to Miami around this time, the more so I'm not really coming for Sizzle per se. I'm really coming to really enjoy this city. Right. And I'm here for Sizzle because I have my brothers, and there's so many beautiful faces that are in this room right now. But not just for that. And I think people get so caught up in like, oh, I want to go for Sizzle for this or do this for that, and then you put all this pressure and all these expectations on something, and you don't get it. Now you don't get the results. Now I have to be honest, child. $60 to get in somebody's club. Let me tell you something. I don't pay nothing back home. Nothing. I don't pay for clubs. I don't. It's a wave, a hee-hee, and a ha-ha, and I get up in there and I have a drink, okay, that I don't pay for. Why? Okay. It's just because I know people, I'm very sociable, I know this is a different town, but I feel like that's a little bit too much.
60?
60 for somebody's club. Now, if I was in Vegas...
What club was this?
Well, for the VIP. For last night for the VIP. 40 wasn't too bad, but still, even in Chicago, child, the most they're going to charge is like $25 for private. Like if I was in New York or like Vegas, I can like, I don't know, maybe I can get that because Vegas is all nightlife, so I can see that. But you have to be like, if you're gonna charge that, I mean, I'm not saying that $40 is a lot, but it's enough for someone to think, is this worth giving my damn $40 to come up in this damn club? And if I spend $40 and I won't get my life when I go up in there, you have to think about that. It's not like, okay, it's $15, whatever. If I spend $15 to get into the damn club, I mean, I might have my things I might think about the club, but I'm like, it's just $15 shot, it's just a meal. I
really think that if a club is going to charge that much, there should be a performance happening. There should be a star there that's known. Because I really don't see paying $40 because a group of gays all congregated to the city to have a good time. That's not enough. That's not enough reason for me to pay that much. But
they've done that before.
But the thing about it is, from a business standpoint, I get excuse me, I get what you're all saying, but from a business standpoint, it's almost like a supply and demand feel. To where if you're going to a highly populated place, it's almost like when they say when clubs do ladies free. The men are going to pay the money because they want to get in to see the ladies. So the women get in free to get all the women in one spot, but the men to pay $30 or $40 to get in because that's where the women are. You know, so that's just how it's a supply and demand thing. Now, my mother has always told me people will spend their money on what they want to spend it on. So when you out popping pills, or buying new weaves, or buying $100 tennis shoes, or buying color contacts, or buy, whatever you buy. I'm not knocking what you buy. But when you come to, if you're planning on coming to an event like this, know what you're getting into. Right. Now, I can't say that I paid for everything this weekend because, like you, when you know people, you say, hey, friend, I'm coming down. Is there anything that I can do, or whatever, and da-da-da. And then whatever they reciprocate back, thank you so very much. And I'm going to tell you what they reciprocated back because, bitch, you won't get me. Right. Exactly. Right. But.
Because your connect is your connect.
It's right.
It's like our connect is our connect.
Right.
It's all Brandy.
Shout out to Brandy. How you doing, Brandy? A lot of people will.
So it's all about, my thing is I'm a part of several organizations. I'm a national president of an organization, and I tell all my girls, responsibility is key. Before I leave my house, trust me, June is coming in next month. My rent money is already under my mattress. So when I come back, I don't have to say, okay, girl, Lord, how I'm going to pay this light bill? Lord, how I'm going to do this? No, baby, it's about responsibility. So when you go off to spend this $1,500, when you go off to have $15 cocktails, which, bitch, if I would have known it was $15 last night, when he made it, I would have said, no, ma'am. Because I said, blue motherfucker, he said he made it. And I was like, okay, maybe 10. He said 15. I love my blue drinks. That's my organization. Because I'm blue and gold. Anyways, you know what you get into. You have to be prepared. And that's all I'm saying. You just can't come down here on a whim and a prayer and say, oh, I'm going to sleep on my good girlfriend couch. Or I'm going to sleep on the floor. I refuse to be in a room with a bunch of punks 9 deep. With one bathroom with a whole bunch of condoms and lube.
Yes,
I will not.
I
will not.
You better go ahead and say that, girl. Yes, God.
Look at your clients. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. To piggyback on what you were saying about responsibility, I think, especially in the gay lifestyle, gays are always trying to live outside their means. If you know that you cannot afford a $500 a night room or a suite or whatever, don't get that room. Go somewhere that you can afford and you can still work it out to where you can enjoy yourself.
Red roof in, get the LED light on.
Right.
And I think that's the problem, you know, in the gay lifestyle period. Even when you come down here and you see people, they want to dress and they want to this, that, and the third, but they want to be the first ones to say how when they get back home they have no money. And I think it is about personal responsibility, and this lifestyle has brainwashed us so much to think that we have to come somewhere and stunt so hard. Just be yourself and enjoy yourself, have a good time, and don't worry about, because you're not going to see these people after these 4 or 5 days. You're not going to see them. Just enjoy yourself, have a good time, and live within your means.
So, besides the financial responsibility that you should have coming to this event, there's also a personal responsibility that you should have for your body coming to this event. And I want to talk about all of the sescapades that go on just for the simple reason that we're in Sizzle or we're in this gay event. Reggie.
Yeah.
Hi. How do you feel about sex parties and the liberties to indulge in whatever it is that you want to indulge in at the particular time?
Okay. I mean,
I asked forward questions. I'm just blunt with it. So
I don't judge. I will say, without saying one's name, I did get invited to a lot of. I'm far from naive. Like I said, I don't fall from it. I got invited to a lot of different events. And I knew what they were, or I assumed I knew. So with that being said, did I go? That's my business. But did I go? No. I can't say that much. I did not go. What I did in my own room with myself is my business, though.
Okay. All right. So you don't go shame to.
No, I've been to one before.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I ain't no I used to be something else.
Okay.
I used to be something else.
Okay.
Something else.
I think, and I'm gonna get to you, baby, because I know you got a lot to say.
About to explode.
I think the reason. Well, I know the reason why I brought this up is because there are a lot of young adults here. And the problem with a lot of our young adults is that they feel that it's okay to just have fun because you want to have fun. I think as much as we need to be responsible for, bills and things of that nature, financially responsible, we need to be responsible for ourselves. I mean, there are a lot of people out here having sex, no condoms, just doing whatever they want to do because they're at Sizzle. Like, that's not okay, right? That's not okay.
It's not okay. My thing is my biological mother and gay mother and all that, but my biological mother works for a place called Big Ben Cares, which is Tallahassee, which is the HIV/AIDS Research and Development Center. Do a lot of testing, a lot of outreach, a lot of mentoring. And so my whole family knows that I'm gay, But my mother has always been very real with us. My mother's like, you're going to have sex. Yeah, you're going to have sex. So let me prepare you to have sex. My mother gives me my lube, my condoms. My mother even tests me. Like we have that relationship. And her thing is be responsible. It's not how many people you sleep with. It's how you sleep with them.
Amen.
So you can be the whore of Babylon.
Yes, God.
And sleep with 1,000 people. But you can use that. But no, you use that condom with those 1,000 people. You know, there's no shit by way of abstinence, but you still safe with the condom. Or you can sleep with that one person, raw bug, whatever, breed it, whatever you want to call it, one time, and you don't want to have that conversation of Jesus, I would never do it again. And I think in actuality, I think we all may have had that conversation. Not saying that, okay, I'm going to speak for me. Yes, I've had that conversation. I did some things that I did not supposed to do, but yet and still my God is good. Amen. And with that, you already know where I'm going with that. So I don't like having to come back and say, Lord, please, Jesus, I'm going to do it again. No. Right. Or having to worry about, it was good, but I don't want something that I don't want to get something that I can't give back, or the gift that keeps on giving. Right. So my thing is, back to the question, I love sex parties. I've been. Okay. You know, and this might be out there, and some people y'all may have seen my blogs, and I frequently mention the bad houses and such. But, you know, my thing is this. I know what I like. I know what I like. I know what I will and will not do. I've been to them before. I'm an exhibitionist. I don't mind the menagerie, but, you know, long as you're safe. Long as you're safe. I'm not going tis. If you like it, you know, you can't judge anybody else's walk. You don't know what they've been through. I know what my story is to where it got me there. I used to be a really big fat boy, really big, and my self-esteem was really low. So I thought to get a man to like me, I had to give out ass every time to get a man to like me. So when I gave out ass to one man, he said, "Well, can my homeboy come over?" And then they started bringing people. So honey, I was the whore of Babylon. I was mudded out and all of that good stuff. It is what it is. So it was my steam and my issue that I was dealing with, because I felt that I wasn't the typical gay. You know, there's a look in this lifestyle. If you're not fit, trim, hard bodies, hard face, deep voice, Timbs and jeans, very superficial. But the fact of the matter is, them are the same bitches that bends over quicker than anybody else. Just because you have on skinny jeans or jeans and Timbs with gold teeth, bitch, that don't mean nothing, honey. They are the first one to drop down and get their ego on. So, I mean, with that being said, that is my story. That is my thing. Wow. And so, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I wasn't invited to any this weekend. This weekend. I was going to call you. Right. So, you did call me, and my phone, I sent you the voice note. And you did? I'm not gonna lie.
Shit gets real. That was wow. Okay? That was wow. Wow. I mean, that's all I can really say, because you just never know. You never know what someone has gone through, and you never know what they know or how they deal with certain situations, because everyone deals with something differently. Now, what I will say is that I've done the sex party before too. Am I like shame, tis? No, because you're a grown ass individual. You can do whatever it is that you feel that you want to do. But I feel that you do need to protect yourself in any given situation. Do I go to sex parties now? No, it's not my thing. Now, I went to Latino Oasis, and everybody that knew that I was going to Latino Oasis was like, "Oh, you about to be up in the sex parties? You about to get into that?" Because shout out to Joe Hawkins, but he promotes the sex party that happens at Latino Oasis. Doesn't mean that just because I'm going to Latino Oasis that I'm going to partake in the sex party. I did go because I wanted to see what it was like.
And how was it?
Because I don't like giving judgment about something if I don't even know what the hell it is that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we all do for some particular strange reason. So I went, and it was a hot mess. Okay? I've never seen anybody in the sling. I've never seen someone getting. There was a line. You know what a sling is. Okay, a line of men waiting to hammer this poor individual in a sling with his legs up in the air. Okay.
Oh, the one that
and
the swing.
My eyes was like, what
they use wheels?
What am I watching right now? Because I see it in the white porns. You know what I'm saying? But it was just weird to see that. And I'm sitting there, little old me, surrounded by all this and all this extra shit.
Last one, baby.
And I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta get out.
Can you see them having sex?
Yeah. They're all everywhere doing it.
So I've never been to a sex party, so I don't know.
You just jump in.
Yeah.
If you find somebody attractive, you just jump in.
What? Just like double dutch, baby.
Okay.
There's
I mentioned
no free screening.
Right.
You just jump in. Oh no.
So Devin, you never been to a sex party?
No, and I would never.
You just jump in, like you just grab a dick.
So explain to us.
Say never. She said never say never, but I don't know about that.
Explain to us, Vance, why you, London Reigns, on Twitter and on Instagram, why you are not about that life.
I don't know. Well, my friends call me a prude, first of all, anyway, and that's just not sanitary. I feel like that's a lot of smells. That's a lot of smells. That's a lot of bacteria. That's a lot of heat. That's a lot. That's a lot. But for me personally, I just choose to. I'm keeping real. I'm trying to get wiped up, you know, and don't nobody want no loose moody. Trying to get rid of. No, but seriously, I just
said yesterday you screwed.
I don't know. I'm a freak behind closed door with one person. I feel like I would not be able to express myself to my fullest capabilities in a room with a whole bunch of individuals that I do not know.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel you. I feel you on that. Like there's nothing wrong with what people do. That's fine. But me, I just can't get into that. Like I would feel like I'm in a big orgy with a bunch of mess. Like it's hot. I can't even handle secrets.
I think my biggest problem,
and I think sex. For me personally, like you said, Vance, for me, if I'm going to be intimate with somebody, like I want that to be private. Like even with me in relationships and guys that I talk to, I'm very secretive. I'm very hush hush. Like the Jacksons, Miss Janet, she keeps things on lock. My life is very personable. I'm very out there. I'm very open to people. A lot of people know of me or heard of me, and I even know me or never met me before, but they've heard me of me. You get it? So when it comes to that, I will share and share and share and share myself, and I'm an amazing spirit. But when it comes to me and who I had sex with and all of that type of stuff, I want whatever I do in that room, I want that to be that. I can't give my all to 55, 60, 70, 150 different men that I've never met before just to get a nut shot, please.
I can do that myself.
Go ahead.
They also have meet and greets. So if you were to go to a more sophisticated party,
that doesn't sound sophisticated at all. I asked, was there a pre-screening process?
There actually are some.
Shit.
But there are air conditioning. There's a meet and greet. You know, hey, what's up?
I can do speed dating. That's sure. I need to be at a place.
Just like that.
I need to be at a place. I need to be an address. 15 people need to know where I'm at all times, child. I need Chloe and Courtney in the backseat somewhere just get some shit pop off.
Well, let me say this because I know there's going to be a lot of people watching from everybody's side. Please don't think that this is a gay thing. No. That we have sex parties. There are stereotypes that all the gay men, that's all they do when they have sex and fuck. Oh baby, the heterosexual community. They have more. Baby, where you think we get our shit from? We start this shit.
Right.
So I mean,
they came with the underground.
They got swingers and all this other crap going on. They don't have. It's not called pride, but they have these hedonism down in Jamaica and all that stuff where they go, oh girl, I'm on vacation. No bitch, you going to get your motherfucking room back. No, so that's what I want to say. That's a disclaimer.
You know what? I personally feel that when it comes to sex parties, I would never partake in them. But I
really,
yeah.
I find that very hard to believe. Not to call your stuff out there.
Because what I'm flirtatious.
You're more than that. But I find that very hard to believe right now. But go ahead, speak your piece.
Try it. But I wouldn't partake in it particularly, but I believe I'm open-minded, so I feel like people do that for whatever reason. Some do it for, to get their life, They want to experiment and try kinky shit and just try different shit. They get tired of dating and meeting the same fucking people, and they meet somebody through a sex party, and then you never know what happens.
I want to piggyback off what Sebastian was saying, because I've done it, so I know why I've done it. And I would say massive majority do it for self-esteem reasons. Okay. Now, people look at me and think whatever they want to think. Oh, you shouldn't feel this way. You should be fine. You look this, you look that. You have a nice body, this and that. But I recently did an I don't give a fuck video. And in that I don't give a fuck video, it was like a 4-minute video where I came up on the video and I was starting to strip. And at the end of the video, I was in like this small, very kind of like bikini type underwear. I'm 31 years old, okay? And for 31 years of my life, I felt that I could never, ever do something like that where I could wear short shorts and feel cute and feel nice and feel lovely. Because as a culture, we all have these stereotypes of what we should look like and how we're supposed to appear, and we're supposed to do this and, like you said, have the Timbs and the jeans and the biceps and all of that because that's hot. I never really felt that confident about myself and comfortable about myself pretty much really until this year. Not to say that for however many years I've been going to sex parties because it's not that deep, but when I was doing it, there was something in my mind that was telling me that that was an outlet for me. And I really understand that concept because you can never judge a book by its cover. And no matter what I look like doesn't mean that I feel the way that people think that I look. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was at the pool party, which to me is the best event to go to at Sizzle, is the pool party, I was in some small little shorts. And people were telling me, you look this, you look that, oh my God, your body is great. And I'm like, what? Like, mentally, I didn't feel that 100% of the time. But, like I said, this year, I don't give a fuck. So I really didn't care what people thought. But to have them tell me that I looked nice and all of that, it was very foreign to me. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people see things differently. And I feel that people that don't go to sex parties or whatever, they have a certain level of confidence that others do not. But I will say, though, that Sizzle in itself, you can do whatever you want to do at Sizzle. If you want to go to the clubs, you're going to go to the clubs. If you want to go to the sex parties, you're going to go to the sex parties. If you want to have a good time with your friends, you're going to have a good time with your friends. It all depends on what you really want to do for you to decide if you're going to have a great time in Sizzle. I've done Sizzle, I've done Latino, I've done Inferno, and out of all three, they're all three different, okay? But Sizzle, I will not choose a different event over Sizzle. I just won't. Like, there's Inferno PR, there's DC. I'm going to Sizzle. Okay, this is my 5th year going to Sizzle. I love Miami. I love South Beach. I love the camaraderie. I love meeting new people. I love the weather. I love everything that it is to love about Miami. So people have choices, and I think that's what the lesson of this video is for Sizzle Miami wrap-up, is that people have choices. So everyone has a distinct opinion about Sizzle, but it all depends on what you want to get out of it for you to figure out what you're going to get.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like you say with your show, adopting similar connections despite our differences. When we come here, we have to come with that mindset, because if we don't come with that mindset, we're always going to be judging everybody, trying to figure out who the fuck is wearing what and who the fuck is doing who. We should be worrying about where the fuck are we going, where the fuck are we getting fucked up, because I'm trying to have a good ass time.
All right. Turned up. Turned up. Hashtag turned up. Right.
And I think we get sometimes, you know, in the gay scene, they get caught up in the gossip and who's fucking who and child, who's that, 'cause I ain't trying to fuck that later. I ain't trying to do that later. Just have a good time, enjoy yourself, and let this shit ride.
I think us, and Mike hasn't really been able to talk.
No, listen.
As a straight man on the panel. But we as a culture, as a family, okay, although a lot of us don't think of us individually as family, I think we need to get better with supporting one another and befriending one another, because I just did an amazing video with Mike and some of our elders that went through the whole Stonewall incident, that lived it, that breathed it, breathed it every single day. And they were telling us that cops would arrest you as a man, as a black man, if you didn't have 3 articles of clothing on. Cops would arrest you if you were dressed in drag. Cops, hotels didn't allow you to have 2 men in a hotel room. There were a lot of, you know, negativity and isolation and discrimination against us back in the day. And so to now have an event called Sizzle, where we can basically have a free-for-all, right? I think that's phenomenal, and I don't think anyone should discredit what Dwight, Will Williams, Joe Hawkins, all of them are doing because they do not have to do it. And I really believe that if they did not do it, what would we be doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I really think that we should look at the heart of it all and the pure positive benefit of us being able to say, I'm going to Sizzle Miami. Are you coming down? Yes, let's hang out. Let's do a B-Fan video. Let's go to lunch. Let's get fucked up. Let's get hashtag turned up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because when we have these prides and we just discredit them and just like, whatever, I'm not going this year.
Well,
it wasn't. Go ahead.
I don't think, and I think it's more. I don't think it's a gay thing. It's the mindset of our people, unfortunately. When you look at other races, when you look at the Caucasians, when you look at the Jews, when you look at the Russians, the Asians, they support themselves. When they come over, if you have a nail shop, hey, I got nail shop, I help you get nail shop, whatever. So that's what they do. It is only us with the slave mentality. When we see another person trying to do better, we're like crabs in a barrel. We pull them down. That's our mindset. Now, when it comes down to I love these events. I love the pride events. I love all this good stuff. But like you said, you have to know the history. Yes. If you don't know where you've been, there's nowhere in the hell you don't know where you're going. Mm-hmm. You have to know about Stonewall. You have to know about all of these things because when you try to especially. And this is a short tangent. I'm not sure, I'm a pageant kid and a ball kid, so I have a gay mother, have gay fathers and all that. So when you have people coming into your family and say, oh, you're going to be my daughter, you're going to be my child. But now it's like, it's a fad. Oh, you're cute, you fit the look of my family, so you're going to come in and be my daughter. Or you're masculine, you're going to come in and be my son. Well, bitch, what are you saying? What are you saying? The purpose of gay families were when we were kicked out of our homes, you had people that took you in. They became your mothers. They fed you. They clothed you. They took you to school. They made sure you had what you need. That is the purpose of a gay parent. There are some things that I can't go to my biological mother with. I'm not going to say, Mama, how do I fleet? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. We talk about a lot of stuff, but that will not be one conversation. So that's the purpose of your gay parents. Mom, Dad, I'm having bodily issues, I have something coming up, I did something, get that advice. But you have to know the history of it because at this point it's like we're becoming a lost generation. We're becoming a lost people. We don't have the common mindset to understand that, you see these older gay people that are around and you want to talk smack. Bitch, you don't know what the fuck they went through for you to wear your high heels, for your color hair, to wear your lashes and all that. It ain't my thing. You can wait in broad daylight the church get the Mary fucking Lou. But you have to be able to respect those people that did. You ain't gonna go to dishonor Rosa Parks. You're not gonna dishonor Martin Luther King. You won't dishonor Malcolm X. So why would you dishonor our black leaders within the gay community that have paved the way for us to be as free, gay, queer, whatever it is that we want to be? So
I think they confuse it with the Kikis.
Explain Kiki.
Kiki made a sense when the gays get around, they start talking shit about shit, and it's just in good fun and in good flavor just to talk shit. But sometimes they get so hyperactive in it or so involved in it that sometimes they take it out the wrong way, and then some people can take it the wrong way, but they don't even know. And then next thing you know, we get so caught up in that Kiki, then we take it out to our friends and other people, and we start talking shit about ourselves, and then that's how we populate the negativity and the people. To get, oh, that's just a gay thing. We just kick him. We just talking shit. But at the end of the day, you're talking shit.
So I switched out with another member of our small but live audience. Yay. Okay. So introduce yourself, and I want you to kind of give a couple words from your opinion about what we've stated in this video.
Hi, to Miss Fucci from San Antonio, Texas. That is my godmother. I'm D-Ray Phillips from Alexandria, Louisiana. First of all, I came to Sizzle to personally just get away because I lost my grandmother 2 years ago. So this was like a breather, a way to exhale, and just to go out and meet new people, which I have done. Everybody in this room that I have met have become very good friends of mine. So I came to Sizzle just to have a good time, meet new people, and have a ball. And I have had a ball meeting people, partying. I'm not real big on drinking, but I did partake in some alcohol.
You got to do that now. They have a song called Shot. So you got to indulge.
I had 3 shots. But like I said, with it all, I was taught responsibility from an early age. I was taught responsibility. So I can only say that I did this just to breathe, basically. You know, with all the stigma of sex parties and stuff like that, yes, I have gone to 1 or 2. I did partake, and that was it. You know, it wasn't what I expected. It's like the first time I took some weed and I didn't get high. I got pissed off man because I didn't get the munchies.
You too?
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
I was mad because, I mean, you could have sworn somebody just said, cursed me out because I did not get the munchies. I got pissed.
It's probably because your body's just trying to get used to that.
So, I mean, but other than that, I had a blast. I really did. And about the whole fashion fad and anything, like, I don't deal with that because a lot of 9 times out of 10, it's a Louis and not a Louis. It's a gotcha, not a Gucci.
Okay.
I gotcha, not a Gucci. All right.
So it's not a Prada, it's a Prada. So, so like I said, I do feel that people do get caught in the whole fast, but I'm like, you know, you're gonna go out partying and dance and sweat. Why come with your good shit? Why come wearing with the hats, the button-up shirts? I mean, if the no. What I'm saying is that in club space last night, I saw a guy, button-up shirt, bow tie, the jacket. I'm like,
it must be hot as fuck in that.
Where are you going? I'm like, you know, but I'm like, hey, if that's how you want to dress, that's how you want to dress.
Express yourself, don't express yourself. Thank you, Madonna.
All right.
But you know. Wow. You know, props to you and everything. And the pool party was, to me, about the best fun that I had. And like you said, you know, I come from a military family, nursing family and stuff. I have always been kind of sort of the outsider because of the fact that when I first came out, I was outed by a best girlfriend of mine. And so my family, they took it to heart because, you know, you're the baby and you come from a military family. The only thing they talked about dad was about gays, this and gays, that. So when you had to hide all of that, but then when it explodes and everybody knows, it was a burden off my shoulders. But all my uncles and cousins, they was like, we knew.
Preparing for a war.
We knew. Some of them they knew, but others that did not know, yes, they kind of like shunned away. Even my brothers and stuff, they kind of like turned their backs and stuff like that. But in time, we all did connect with each other and everything like that. So I do get the whole thing where, you know, people, they don't have families, they don't have that support group. But like I say, Miss Hoochie from San Antonio, Texas, my lovely mama, she was a very, very big support. You know, yes, my grandmother, she supported me, but my grandmother was like always afraid of, you know, the whole stigma that I'm going to catch a disease, and it's all about Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and all that stuff like that.
Right.
And my mom was very supportive. You know, my mom and my aunts have been always supportive of me and everything. So
everyone on this panel has their own story to tell, and I think that's the main reason why I really wanted to do this video. Like I said, it's my first panel. Real big panel video, and I think we covered some good topics, things that need to be discussed, and I think that's one of the problems with our community is that we feel like it's taboo to discuss certain things. Like, I'm sure a lot of people cringed when we said sex party and was like, oh no ma'am, but you was just at 5 this past week. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it happens. But I really, really want the audience, I want you guys to follow these individuals. London Reigns on Twitter and Instagram. M_Easy83 on Twitter and Man vs. Music on Twitter. M_Easy83 on Instagram. Dancer for Life
88 on Twitter.
On Twitter. Simba
Entertainment and Blue Simba.
Okay. Sebastian.
Sebastian Bonet on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Okay. Reggie.
Reggie Jenkins on Facebook.
Okay, and
Darian Phillips on Facebook and Versace Dior on Instagram.
All right. All right. I'm sure you guys have comments and a lot to talk about. I hope you got through the whole video. I know it was pretty long, but it was great discussion with all of these wonderful folks on Aconnectiontv. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you will be seeing more coverage with Sizzle Miami, Magic City. Later.
Bye, guys. Bye.